And the next big question, of course, is what is their run game going to be? Because now you're without Gibson for the season, obviously the ACL, which we found out, Monday. But look, I mean, they anticipated that. I think they all had a feeling that
Right.
that's what it was Sunday night. So does it become a larger role for TreVeyon Henderson? How can he improve? Mike Vrabel talked about how he has improved and how he needs to continue to improve.
He's just continuing to see things out there in a different run schemes, under center, in the gun. Um, we've tried to find him. Just we'll have some more stuff for him and everybody else that can help us, and like to have his get going on the kickoff return. We were close, one block away on 3 different kickoff returns, and so there's a lot of ways for us to get all those guys involved.
His pass blocking has been something that I know he struggled with throughout the first few games. Is there anything you've done in practice, or just how?
Well, we practice it. I mean, you have to practice it, and again, we believe in TreVeyon. I mean, we've seen him protect a bunch, in college, and identifying who to block, and then going to close the distance and coming to balance and not catching, and all those things that are important. So we'll give him the tools, and we'll practice with him, and he's willing, and I'm confident that will continue to improve.
Look, I mean, those are the areas in which really any back coming into this league has to find growth. I mean,
Yeah.
that's just the reality of it. But I also think that everybody in there, players, coaches, they all know that the TreVeyon has this explosiveness about him, and if you can get the ball in his hands, eventually, good things are going to happen, and they're going to have to lean on him a little bit more here, because you're down a back. I mean, and like you said, they're going to have to pull somebody up as well.
Yeah, when it comes to running the football itself, I think he's been fine. Rhamondre
Yeah.
Stevenson is clearly their best running back. No one's gonna argue that. The fumbles are what's doing him in, essentially, and that are gonna take him off the field. But TreVeyon's been fine. EPA per rush, I think, is like the best statistic you can find for running the football. Expected points added. When you break it up between left of the tackle, between the tackle and the center on both sides, and then right of the tackle, so 4 zones. The only zone in which they have a positive EPA per rush is left of the tackle. And who's run that ball out there more than anybody else? TreVeyon Henderson. So they want to get him in the open space. They want to give him more field to work with. They really worry about him running between the tackles on these power runs with a fullback in front of him. They're not quite sure he's able to read what's in front of him, slow himself down. He's kind of like a give me the ball and I'm going to knife my way
Yeah.
in between as many people as possible and try to scratch and claw for yards. So once he starts to take that step forward, I think they're going to get a little bit more comfortable. But outside of that, that's where he struggled. He's got 15 catches on the year. A lot of those are designed. He hasn't been great about getting in front of a linebacker and figuring out where the space in the zone is to give Drake May a check down. Rhamondre's been great at that. Pass protection, I thought he was the best guy coming out in this class. He has not shown that. Rhamondre Stevenson is a tremendous pass protector. He's also, I think he's helped Drake May in calling protections. You've seen multiple times this year where Rhamondre Stevenson
Yeah.
will tap Drake May and then step up at the line of scrimmage and kind of be like, all right, screw the little fake play action we're going to do. Give me some extra space to work with, and I'm going to protect you, give you some more time. So those are the things that are keeping Rhamondre Stevenson on the field and TreVeyon Henderson off the field. Eventually, you're not going to have a choice if he keeps fumbling, he being Rhamondre. But that's what I would like to see him kind of improve upon moving forward. And that's going to get him the ball more, obviously, not just on these left kind of zone runs to the outside, but more consistent touches throughout the game and give him more chances to break one open, because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Yep. No, we haven't. And, I think we will. I think it's a matter of time. And, I've said it before, but I also think that that's where the creativity that Josh McDaniels uses and the way he really tries to,
Yep.
match up the game with the opposing defense and find the ways that he can take advantage of that with who he has, right? A young offensive line, a sophomore quarterback who has obviously shown that he has all the ability in the world, but you want to try to support as best you can. And to your point, a veteran running back in Rhamondre who is helping the quarterback, you don't want to take him off the field unless you're
Right.
absolutely forced to, because he's doing too many other things that benefit your offense as a whole.
They're close. They're close to being forced to taking him off the field. They're really, really close, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, we'll see what it looks like these next, I really Sunday. I mean, like
Yeah.
let's see what you got out there on Sunday against the New Orleans
If you
Saints, and
can't
can you
hold
take care of
on
business?
to it and right, if you can't hold on to the football and gash them on the ground, then you're not the team that we thought you were gonna be, 'cause
Yeah,
the running game has been disappointing, at baseline, but against the New Orleans Saints, you should be bullying
yeah,
these guys, and I think
yeah.
it's gonna be a big indicator of who they truly are this game on Sunday.